we got the LA Rams going up against the Super Bowl champs, Philadelphia Eagles, in this one. So market making, or market movement wise, this opened at 4 or 5, 4 at bookmaker, 5 at Pinnacle. There's been a little bit of movement towards LA. Now they're mostly favored. Philly, that is about by 3.5 here. So Seth, I don't know. I have a similar opinion, or at least like the eye test. And talk me off the ledge of Philly being a completely different team than they were last year. My thesis on this one is that the market is just holding on to too many priors from them from last season, and they're not really updating and adjusting based on what they've put through 2 weeks of the season here. So spoiler alert, I like the Rams in this one a lot, honestly.
Yeah, well, and I don't know if you had a peek at our database. We use a 15-game rolling sample, which means we're using 13 games, I guess, from last year, and the Rams are almost better in every single category than the Eagles. But yet our model likes Eagles, and the answer is they just don't have Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts, in his kind of short career, he's been clutch. He gets a lot of hate because he doesn't do it in this sexy way. They do it in this very grinding way. But when on paper, he does have, a lot of covers and a lot of wins, obviously a Super Bowl. So you're right on paper. And when you look at most of the raw statistics, the Eagles are, the Rams are better. So I can't talk you off the ledge. I will point this out to you though. Remember that the Eagles were not this world beater last season. They really came alive in that last stretch of the regular season and then into the playoffs. And that's where they kind of caught fire. And I don't know, dare I say they caught Kansas City in some weird situation. We're going to talk about them in a little bit, but I don't know that the priors are wrong as much as is this team just reverting to who they were last year. They were really only good in this, 6-game sample, the most important 6-game sample to be good in. But if you look at the whole season, they actually weren't these world beaters.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense. But yes, Steve, I don't know if you feel the same way about it too. But yeah, to Seth's point, like you look at the totality, kind of the aggregate of how we're capturing the data, and yeah, these teams are not all that different.
Yeah, and they get the job done. To Seth's point, I know we see a lot of Jalen, trash talk around the league because he doesn't get it done in the prototypical, quarterback way, a la Mahomes or an Allen, kind of throwing the ball over. But he does what he has to do to move the chains and win the game. I mean, I'm sure you guys heard that Chris Jones quote, like, "Man, you didn't get over." 100 yards. Yeah, we won the game. Shut your ass up.
Yeah,
right? And that's true.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That is the perfect embodiment of who the Philadelphia Eagles are and who they have been. For this one, for me though, I'm with you, Kev. I do like how the Rams are playing. What back injury for Matthew Stafford? I mean, knock on wood, but dude has been looking really good here.
Yeah,
Devontae. I mean, I know. Nothing. Seth hates nothing more in the world than 30-plus-year-old receivers or old timey receivers here. And but Devontae's having a revitalized career, looking like a new man, along with Puka Nacua out there in LA. I mean, this team is just efficient, right? I mean, we talk about the overall EPA per play here. You see, they're seventh in offensive EPA, but they're top 5 in pass. So this is a team that's able to move the ball. Now we're going to see what happens here, with that Jalen Carter rush, things like that for the Eagles front, because that's where the Eagles specialize. But I mean, the Rams look like they're starting to click on all cylinders. The one thing I do want to look out for this game is, I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but I've been seeing all over my social media about people calling out people being, former players, social media influencers in the sports world about the false start nature of the tush push, about how you have these folks, and they had like the clips from the
or lining off offsides, that type of thing.
They're lining in neutral zone, they're getting false starts. And I'm wondering if the league is going to call that out. So, hey, be sure to look at this, because if you take the tush push away, we talk about success rates, we talk about being able to convert on 3rd and 4th downs, obviously a big part of what Philly does. If you take that away, I'm very curious to see how they adjust here. But regardless of that, I do like the Rams. I think they're on the upstroke here. But I mean, to me, Philly's the new KC. It's like, they don't look good, and I want to bet against them, but they just keep getting it done. So we'll see.
Yeah. As far as Matthew Stafford goes, right, with the back issue, Toradol's a hell of a drug, right? Whatever the hell they're shooting him up with, man, like that shit, it's working. It's working early go.
Steroids.
So, yeah, whatever, man.
Offensive echo rate for Philly, 38% of their drives get to the 40 or better.
Yeah, yuck. That's not.
Yeah.
That is not.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but I can't talk you off the ledge. You want to go Rams 3.5? I think the market's right. I think you're probably right here.
I'm on Rams money line. That's what I'm
Okay.
on.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like this is just our raw model number is 5.5. We make Philly, and it's literally just because Jalen Hurts just finds unconventional ways to win. And I think some of the stats also are misleading because they'll have an explosive, they'll scheme up well, they'll have a good drive, and then they kind of want to sit on that. And then their game plan is around protecting that lead. And so yeah, the stats kind of suffer because they're winning in their own way, and they have the strategy around it, and it doesn't look sexy, but it was clearly effective.
I'm just not buying what they're selling yet, so we'll see how the game plays out. So